On Mountain News this morning, a new phase prepares to take the reins at a southeastern Kentucky Sheriff's Department, and an Eastern Kentucky arena adds some variety to its schedule, providing fun for the whole family.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
All right, good morning to you again. It's 5:30 and it's Thursday, so the weekend is, just right around the corner. I'm Dakota Makris. Let's head over to Brandon for a look at your forecast. And Brandon, if folks are heading out the door right now, they better take a blanket, a jacket, a heater with them. You just carry the heater with you out the door. I mean, it's cold.
You know there's heaters in the cars, right? So if they can make it from the front door to the car, they can turn the heat on. But there's still
a period where you're cold until you get into the car, so take the heater with you.
Listen, I tell you what will make us a lot of money if we can invent jackets with heaters built into them.
Don't they already have those?
Well, probably, but we'll try it anyway.
Yeah, we'll market it. We'll try it.
Exactly. All right, forecast this morning, Dakota's right. It is clear, it is cold, and it is foggy in some spots, but not the case over at Norton on US 23. Everything pretty quiet over there as you start your day. We're looking pretty good so far out there. Not too much traffic. 23 Irvin, 39 in Jacksboro. That is the range this morning, but Jacksboro is an outlier. Most folks there in the mid to upper 20s and low 30s across the area. Those warmer spots down near the Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia borders. Breakfast forecast, get your frosted mini weather wheats out there this morning, and you're going to be seeing temperatures in the upper 20s, kind of splitting the difference there between those low 20s and those upper or low 30s there. So keep that in mind. And it will be, again, a cold day until later when the sunshine warms us up to about 51. Sunrise 8:02 this morning, but the time does fall back 1 hour this weekend, so that'll reset that. And then sunset 6:31. That's the good part of it. There's, it's kind of depressing in the morning right now and kind of good on the evening, but that's all going to change this weekend. Dakota?
All right, thank you, Brandon. Well, a fire broke out at a house in Sandy Hook Tuesday night. A neighbor heard screaming coming from the house and went inside to pull the owner's daughter outside. Fire Chief Scott Shepard says everyone made it out without injury. The family told firefighters that they were cleaning the house after a renter moved out and they believe a cigarette butt started the flames. The chief says it took 2 hours to put out the fire. Well, a maintenance worker filed a lawsuit against Corbin Independent Schools and 3 co-workers claiming a prank led to serious injuries. Daniel Rice filed the lawsuit in October for the prank that occurred during the summer. Rice claims that other men, Dwayne Logan, Mark Logan, and Finley Thomas, fastened several firecrackers into an improvised explosive device and rigged it to explode once Rice sat down on the toilet. Well, that's exactly what happened, and Rice says the explosion resulted in serious burns, cuts, and bruises below the waist. Yesterday, the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association seized more than 100 cats from a home in South Charleston. A hoarding situation you may naturally think had deplorable conditions, but the shelter says all of the cats came out decently healthy and taken care of. The cats were taken to a local shelter. Employees did have a couple days to plan for this since the owner of all the cats was the one who reached out to the shelter in the first place, saying even though all of the cats were healthy, fed, and had litter boxes, it just all became too much.
We're all a little shell-shocked still, but we're happy that they're cooperating so well with us. We're happy that we were able to make a plan to be able to do this smoothly and safely for the cats and hopefully give them the least amount of stress. But we're definitely in need right now, and we are going to make it work because that's what the cats deserve.
Well, we are told the shelter is in need of serious donations. Well, following the resignation of its leading man, the Whitley County Sheriff's Department is heading in a new direction. Our Corey Sanding takes us inside that process.
An untimely resignation, but one that did not catch emergency officials off guard.
I think he'd been thinking about it, so it wasn't a real big surprise when he did.
Whitley County Sheriff Todd Shelley announcing in a letter to the public that he will retire from his position November 30th after serving the area for 21 years. Judge Executive Pat White named Emergency Management Director Danny Moses as interim sheriff.
I'm a little surprised. It's an honor, so I hope it all works out well.
Moses will serve in that role until the November 2022 election and does not foresee the operations changing much as he looks to mostly work behind the scenes.
We're down 4 or 5 deputies, so we got to try to hire. It's going to be a new experience. I'm hoping to kind of take care of the office.
allowing the experienced veterans to handle outdoor duties while ensuring the public of their safety.
Chief Baker is probably going to take care of most of the road work, the deputies. He's real qualified for that, so I'm going to try to take care of the office. So we're going to take care of them until the next election.
Writing a new chapter in Eastern Kentucky law enforcement. In Whitley County, Corey Sanning, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, Moses' career in emergency services spans back to 1979. He says he feels prepared to take on the challenge. Well, we want to remind you that Heap utility help is now available for Kentuckians. To qualify, a single-family household income can't be more than $1,610 a month and $5,583 for an 8-person household. You will need your Social Security or green card, proof of income or non-income, and your most current heating bill. Appointments are required in advance to apply. Every year, nearly 25,000 families apply to get help. Well, Thanksgiving will be here before we know it, but food banks have been preparing for months in order to help hundreds of families with a meal for the holiday. But while they have been preparing, they've been facing some issues that you could help with. Adam Berniston spoke with God's Pantry Food Bank and the Lexington Rescue Mission about what they're facing.
As food banks prepare hundreds to even thousands of Thanksgiving meals ahead of the holiday this year, many have been facing setbacks with one of the main issues involving the supply chain.
Oftentimes, we'll place an order and then just 2 days before the truck is supposed to ship it, we find out a bunch of the things on the order aren't going to be there. And then we're scrounging around and trying to go store to store to find what we need.
Along with the supply chain issues, even when food banks are able to find what they need, this year they're also paying a much higher price, which is impacting their budgets.
The cost of the food that we are purchasing that goes into the sharing Thanksgiving basket, it's up about 14.5%.
Now, while God's Pantry Food Bank and the Lexington Rescue Mission have overcome some of the supply chain issues, they could still use your help, whether it's through donations of money or even other supplies.
To-go containers and plasticware, something that we need a lot of, as well as if you have any extra plastic bags at your house. You know, a lot of us just collect those Kroger bags. You know, if you have any of those, we go through a lot of those with these to-go meals.
And even through the struggles this year as they prepare for Thanksgiving, they're staying optimistic and ready to help whoever is in need this holiday season. In Fayette County, Adam Berniston, WKYT.
Well, both God's Pantry Food Bank and the Lexington Rescue Mission say they are expecting to help even more families this holiday season than years past. Well, many churches and a crowd of volunteers will make their way to the Appalachian Wireless Arena this Thanksgiving, acting as one church. Now, one church of Eastern Kentucky is hosting its 6th annual Community Thanksgiving Meal, offering delivery, grab-and-go, and dine-in options for those in need, something organizers say they are glad to offer this year as they continue to welcome donations and volunteers to be part of the mission.
Last year, due to the pandemic, we weren't able to do this event, but this year it's so great. We get to come together and we get to fellowship all these different churches and community people that get to come together and just enjoy giving back to the area.
Now the dinner will take place at the Appalachian Wireless Arena on Thanksgiving from 10:30 until 2. Volunteers can drop in from 7:30 a.m. until 2 to lend a hand. The Appalachian Wireless Arena has a host of events on the schedule with different varieties sprinkled in. With the upcoming Riley Green concert Friday, Rodney Carrington's comedy show November 11th, and monster trucks and Jason Isbell hitting the space in December, the arena is expecting a lot of foot traffic in the months to come, which employees say is a nice change.
I mean, it's been a win, which we're happy for. You know, we've had a year of not a lot going on, and then we've got 12 shows on the book, so there's a lot happening.
The arena is also announcing an all-ages event soon. Employees say it is a great time to be able to offer a little something for everyone. From Overwatch to League of Legends, Esports has gained traction in colleges and high schools across the nation and here in the mountains, with many schools now introducing their own competitive esports teams. Our Jordan Mullins spoke to UPike's esports team about the growth of the sport and how the pandemic helped competitive gaming become more popular than ever.
10 years ago, video games were only a form of entertainment. Now, the gaming community has gotten competitive.
Yeah, when I was in high school as well, there wasn't really any gaming clubs or sports or anything like that. It was kind of just, you know, you went home and played video games with your friends after school. Now, just recently, you go to any high school and they at least have some kind of club aspect there.
With esports gaining popularity throughout the years, high schools and colleges have started embracing the sport. Much like U-Pike, who founded their esports team in 2015 and began visiting local high schools to recruit young gamers.
They had a bunch of kids come up afterwards, after everybody went back to their rooms. They were just asking us individual questions, and it was so cool. It's not what I expected, because I thought nobody would care, but they really did.
During the pandemic, esports only gained popularity, since it was one of the only COVID-compliant events schools could compete in.
COVID and everything, you know, how unfortunate it is, it's really kind of put a magnifying glass on esports and kind of helped us grow, because it is really the only entertainment/sport that can thrive in you know, an unfortunate event like that.
That means the players and the fans never took a break.
Yeah, you could just go murder locks.
We kept on at home. We kept trying to do, you know, practice, recruit, perform. We didn't have the downtime to relax. We still had to do everything we needed to do.
Constantly preparing for their next match and pushing the sport's popularity onward. In Pikeville, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, the head coach says he was excited for the season ahead, which starts in January, and U-Pike Esports has already taken second place in the Mid-South Conference's Fall 2021 Overwatch tournament. Well, just ahead this morning, 2 pieces of historic jewelry are set to hit the auction block, possibly bringing in more than $500,000.
And many of you will wake up with some frost this morning as those skies cleared out overnight. I'll tell you, we expect to see those temperatures start to climb in about 3 minutes.